has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast.
Every day is paying day, Carver High. As we get into hour 2 of C2C on a Friday, make sure you get the SportsGrid app on iOS or Android in the Play Store. It's free. You're going to love it. Follow your favorite hosts like Carver High. You get everything, highlights, videos, stories, scores, in-game odds, you name it. And you can watch the network on the app and listen to the network on the app. I turned it on to a guy at the club today working out. I said, you got to check out this app. He's like, is that what you're on now? This SportsGrid thing? I said, listen, get this app. It's free. And he's like, I'm in my car usually between 3 and 6. I said, perfect. Just hit listen, and you can listen to the network right in your car, right on your phone. You don't even have to have the satellite radio. We got it all right on the app. It's the greatest thing ever. And then he asked me if there was porn on it. I was like a little disturbed by that. I was trying to focus on, positivity and doing the right thing at that moment. So I dunked him in the hot tub and drowned him.
Yeah, the focus is pain day here today. That's
it really
what's
is
going
pain
on.
day.
It's pain day. Let's go. Could be pain day for the Steelers on Sunday. We'll see as they head to Atlanta to start their 2024 season. Of course, we had the news yesterday, Scotty, that Russell Wilson's calf is giving him some problems again. Wilson did say today, Scotty, that he does want to play on Sunday. Imaging showed them, quote, good news. But Justin Fields did do all of the throwing at the media portion of practice today. The injury report just came out. He is officially listed as questionable for Sunday. He was limited at practice today. Here is Mike Tomlin from yesterday, Scotty. He doesn't seem very concerned if Wilson doesn't play at all.
Mike, what are any long-term concerns about Russ's calf?
None.
When did he report the Titans?
He was a limited participant.
Like same calf as training camp?
Yes.
How much does that impact game planning for Sunday?
It really doesn't at all, to be honest with you.
Does he have to go get it looked at or examined by anybody?
We probably will, just to exercise an abundance of precaution.
Mike, what's your opinion of Justin's readiness in the event you might have to go to him?
I'm extremely comfortable if that is the case, certainly.
There you go.
Listen, this is all such nonsense. If the guy's calf is bad, play Fields. If Fields wins, so be it. And then Fields is the quarterback. If he loses, which he will, he'll eventually, lose because he always does. He throws a lot of picks and he makes a lot of stupid mistakes. That's why the Bears got rid of him. People keep acting like the Steelers found this gigantic bar of gold, like, Bob Melendez over here, Gold Bar Bob, like that they got this gold bar in Justin Fields. Justin Fields throws more interceptions than I do throwing Nerf balls to the kids in the neighborhood. Honestly. So eventually he'll screw it up. But, why am I going to play some guy with a bad calf? He's already old and washed, let alone here, let's roll him out with a bad calf and see how he does running around in Atlanta on Sunday. If they want problems, real problems, by losing him, then play him. Because then he'll tear it and he'll be out a month.
Steelers are getting 3.5 in Atlanta. 42.5 is the total for this game. I like the under, Scotty. I like the under 42.5.
Yeah, I'm fair with that. And, we don't know what we're going to see with Pitts. We don't know what we're going to see with Cousins. Is he going to, he's already been like, I'm looking forward to getting hit so that I could, get through it. He hasn't played since tearing his Achilles. We don't know what we're going to see. I've already seen Wilson and Fields, and they both suck. Let's face facts. You watched them, right? They played, and they were both terrible. They couldn't complete a pass in preseason games. It's embarrassing. I don't want anything to do with this game. I told you before. Look, flat out, I think the Steelers' defense is better than Atlanta's team as a whole. Just the defense in itself. So I'm riding a running game. I'm riding defense. And I got to be honest with you. I think London and Pitts are really good, but I think Pickens is just as good. I don't know if the Steelers can get the ball to Pickens. Maybe just throw screen passes to him and see what he does, because throwing downfield for the Steelers is going to be a circus this year. That's just all there is to it. Neither one of those guys do anything but have problems. I mean, honestly, like the same thing I said about Fields. Like, we have to acknowledge that Wilson is going down the other side of the mountain. This guy's not the guy you think he is from Seattle. He's not. He's already writing children's books. He's not like a great quarterback anymore. Those days are over.
Finished. Long way from those Seattle Super Bowl teams. The Steelers did give Pat Freiermuth 4 years, $48 million in extension for the tight end, who we all love there in Pittsburgh. So nice job.
I like him. I like the other guy that's 6'8" and 300 pounds. I'm a big believer, as you know, in throw it up and see who can get up the highest to catch it. And if you got a guy that big, he's jumping. He's 10'5" when he's jumping. And he can run you over. He's 300 pounds. I mean, he is a load to bring down. So they got two tight ends, the Steelers. The Steelers are a better team than the Falcons. Watch, the Falcons will win by 14.
Nice price for Freiermuth this week to score, too. It was like in the 320, 340 area. It didn't quite make my card that we're going to have, but I might still play him on Sunday at a very nice price. I'd like to see who's playing quarterback first, officially, before I do that. Let's go to Buffalo next, where the Bills will open up their season, and a very different Buffalo Bill team than the one that we saw over the past couple of years. One thing does stay the same. Josh Allen will be leading the way, but he's got a lot of new faces on offense that he's going to be dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of new guys, new faces, and just trying to spread the wealth. I think the term that we've been using is everybody eats, and it's going to take all 11 guys on the field at any given time to make a play go. So that's kind of our mindset, and it doesn't really matter who gets the ball or when they get it. We're going to be happy for whatever we're doing out there and just trying to make the best play possible.
Here's the deal. He runs the ball a lot, and he throws to Kincaid and Knox, and they win the game. Do they cover that big 6 and a hook? My guess is yes. I think Arizona's going to stink, and I think that Harrison will score a touchdown. So whatever price you can get Harrison Jr. on a tutty, I'll take that. But I'm not betting on the Arizona Cardinals. I think they'll end up being one of the worst teams in the league.
It is 6.5 and 47.5 is the total. I've been with you all week on this. I think the Bills will win this game. I'm not very interested the first time these guys are out there together. I want to see it first before I start laying almost a touchdown with them against anybody, Scotty. So Bills win. I'll enjoy myself, and hopefully they do win by 30. And I can continue to hammer beers in my basement while I watch. So that will be hopefully the way that Sunday works out for me as far as the Bill game goes. We want to hear from some of these new head coaches. There's a lot of them this year. One of them, the guy I kind of like the most so far listening, though, most of them are boring and stiff.
Is that a Bills tie you're rocking right now? Wait a minute.
I do. I got the Bills tie today. Obviously, we only do the full regalia, the full jacket for primetime games, which, by the way, they are Thursday night next week against Miami. So they are the week 2 Thursday night games.
So you're going to bust it out next week.
Probably have the jacket out next week. Unless they lose to Arizona and I'm in a bad mood.
So Thursday when I'm in Vegas, you're going to be wearing that suit?
Sure. Bills are playing the Dolphins that night. Thursday night football down in Miami. So we'll get it going. We'll come back. I'm going to play you one of the new head coaches around the league. I think most of them are stiffs, but I actually found one guy that I think is pretty engaging. Might not win a lot, but I actually do like this guy. So we'll hear from him when we come back. And all the other – actually, you have the doc next. And then after the doc, we'll do all of that. We'll get Dr. Chow involved first.
Dr. Zhivago.
Yes.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Try and set the stage for what should be a great year of NFL action.
There's a handful of teams that potentially can compete for a Super Bowl championship.
Confusion and uncertainty this year more than some in the past.
This team looks like it's ready to make a move, but we just don't know if it's bad or good this year.
J.J. McCarthy is eventually going to take over, but it's a no-lose situation for them.
I mean, they suck. They were 7-10.
Only on SportsGrid.
Let's go. Welcome to the Live Golf Team Championship.
The golf has been mesmerizing.
They are the Live Golf Team Champions.
Team golf is back.
Oh, yes!
Are you ready?
Let's go!
That's what champions do.
Can you even believe it? It's my boy, Dr. Zhivago, my all-time favorite on Coast to Coast. You know him as Pro Football Doc on X, and we also know him professionally as Dr. David Chow, longtime NFL doctor, and he runs Sports Injury Central out in SoCal, Cal. And it's always great to have you back on C2C, Doc. And we start with the game in Brazil tonight. Now, what is this international travel, different surroundings, threats, lots of cops? You got a lot of guys with hamstring problems. Does all this add up to problems for teams tonight?
Well, it's kind of ironic, right? I guess you're not supposed to wear green, and the two teams with the most green in the uniforms are playing in Brazil. I don't know how that works out, but it's all good. The interesting thing to watch is they're playing on a soccer field, and a soccer field and the grass is usually made for 160-pound players, right? It's not made for football. Let's see how the field holds up. But we already know there are lots of injuries in the Green Bay Packers backfield, running back injuries, running back 2 and 3. So Josh Jacobs may get all the load this week or tonight. He may get it all.
Well, I mean, that's what they got him for, right?
Yeah, I think he's looking forward to it. So, yeah, it should be an interesting game there.
All right, so Christian McCaffrey, everyone's top pick, even though he sat out the entire preseason with his calf. You guys have him at a 92.6 score at Sports Injury Central. You're not worried about his lingering calf problems?
Not really. He played through one last year, didn't miss much time. He sat. We sense right now the NFL, just like last night, they said point of emphasis. Illegal formation. You got to line up on the line of scrimmage, with the offensive linemen. And they called that a bunch. If you look at it, Justin Herbert got added late to the injury report. Joe Burrow got added. CMC got added. They want everyone on the injury report just to be listed. Joe Burrow, full practice with his wrist, got added to the injury report. I think that's the same thing with CMC. They want to be very proactive with all their partnerships now with FanDuel and DraftKings and BetMGM and all these different places. that they're really paying attention to the injury report. And if you're a star player and you have anything, they just want to see it on there, and it creates a lot of angst. At least that's what we see so far. The big exception, of course, is T. Higgins, who went LP to DNP, and he's likely out, listed as doubtful.
Okay, so he tweaked his hammy yesterday and was not out there today, and you guys have him knocked down to a 71, so you don't think he's going to be worth a damn?
I think Jamar Chase is closer to a 71 because of limited usage, because he just really started practice. They can't play him for 70 plays and risk a preseason early season muscle acclimation injury. At this point, T. Higgins is very unlikely to play this week and maybe even next week. It seemed like he has a new hamstring strain that happened yesterday, which is why he was limited practice. He was practicing fine until it happened and then out of practice today. So this may be beyond a 1 week injury for his partner, T. Higgins. But Chase is actually going to play, but not full snaps.
Well, I mean, that's unbelievable to me. So their top two guys, one's barely going to play, the other one can't play. That changes that game significantly, if you ask me. What about Russell Wilson of the Steelers with his calf problem? Of course, Tomlin has downplayed it like it doesn't even matter. We'll go with Fields, but it does matter when you're old and you're starting to look washed and you're going down the other side of the mountain and you're already having calf problems throughout the preseason, and now it's tweaked again. I wouldn't play him. What's the point?
Well, Russell Wilson says he's going to do everything possible to play. So I'm joking that maybe he's doing high knees on the airplane down to Atlanta this weekend. The bottom line is he's not going to be 100%. It's a coaching decision. If Mike Tomlin really wants to play Russell Wilson, remember, he's the one and only offensive captain for the Steelers. Russell Wilson is available to play. If he wants to go with a healthier guy, it's Justin Fields. So it's going to be up to Coach Mike Tomlin and how he feels about it.
Jalen Ramsey got paid today, but that doesn't help his sore hamstring. Do you think the Jags should go after him?
Well, look, Miami's got a lot of health issues, the latest one being Jalen Ramsey. Clearly, this wasn't a contract hamstring, right? He got paid, and he still has got the hamstring issue. But Miami's has one of the lower SIC scores from our preseason injury preview. They've got a lot of edge rusher and linebacker problems that linger from last year. Now problems at corner, and they have a couple of offensive line issues as well. And Jacksonville is relatively healthy, the team that they're playing.
So the Bills' defense has some issues going into this game in Orchard Park against Arizona.
No question. Matt Milano, there's sideline-to-sideline linebacker back out after this fracture last year. New injury now. Remember, the Bills moved on from their two veteran safeties. And Damar Hamlin, good on him, he's starting. But he's starting week one maybe because of injury to the guy ahead of him. So Buffalo has some defensive issues as they host the Arizona Cardinals, which are a lot healthier this season on the offensive line. And this is year 2 coming off the ACL for Kyler Murray. So expecting a much bigger year for him this year.
What about the Cowboys? Corners have some injuries. Can the Browns go after them?
Well, if the Browns tackles hold up, right tackle and left tackle, they can go after them with Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy. Deron Bland's out with a foot injury. Trayvon Diggs, it's his first game back after an ACL last year, and he's nowhere near 100%. That is definitely an area of vulnerability for the Cowboys.
How about this Josh Wiley going to wear the Guardian cap for the Titans? What do you think of that procedure, that helmet thing that they wear?
Well, they experimented with it in the preseason. More power to him that he wants to wear it. The other guy who's going to wear it is another backup tight end, Kyle Granderson for the Colts. Those two are the only two that have declared wearing it. Good on them if they want to wear it.
All right, let me ask you, Kyle Van Noy, that orbital bone he fractured, how long is he going to have to deal with that?
Depends on how it affects his vision. Very unusual injury when you have a helmet, right? I mean, because that's usually protected. Very unusual. Yeah, you can wear a visor and get protected, but it all depends on his vision. If he's got vision issues, it'll be a little bit before he can play.
All right, there he is, Dr. Shivago. Thanks, Dr. Chow.
anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Try and set the stage for what should be a great year of NFL action.
There's a handful of teams that potentially can compete for a Super Bowl championship.
Confusion and uncertainty this year more than some in the past.
This team looks like it's ready to make a move, but we just don't know if it's bad or good this year.
J.J. McCarthy is eventually going to take over, but it's a no-lose situation for them.
I mean, they suck. They were 7-10.
Only on SportsGrid.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Live Golf Team Championship.
The golf has been mesmerizing.
They are the Live Golf Team Champions.
Team golf is back.
Oh, yes!
Are you ready?
Let's go!
That's what champions do.
That was your boy, Dr. Shivago Carver High from SoCal, giving us the injury skinny from Sports Injury Central. We continue on now, and we get to hear from some coaches and players, etc.
Yeah, we're going to speed round here and get through the rest of these NFL games that are coming up on Pain Day on Sunday. I told you, most of the new head coaches this year, they are just stiff as a board. They give you absolutely nothing, like this Callahan in Tennessee, McDonald in Seattle. I mean, these guys are just, we're going to be very serious. We're not going to say anything out of I like Dave Canales, Scotty, this guy that is now the new Carolina Panther head coach. Now, I don't think the team's going to be any good, per se, but I like the way the guy speaks. I like the way the guy talks. I think they're going to rally behind him a little bit, and maybe they will be a little bit better than people thought. Here's Canales talking about opening up the season in the division on Sunday in New Orleans against the Saints.
Oh, I love it. I think that the road to the playoffs is through the division, and what better way for us to just get a look at who we're facing right off the bat, whether it was now or in 3 or 4 weeks from now. It's an opponent, especially because of the style that they play with, the toughness and all the things that I admire, that I value for our team as well, is we got to call it up. We got to come and play our version of football, and it'll be tested. So a great opportunity for us.
Yeah, I think they both stink.
The Saints are minus 3.5 at home at the Dome. 41.5 is the total here. I'm with you. I think they both stink. I'm going to take Carolina with the points, though. Not sure they win, but I think this could be a field goal game down to the end.
Yeah, I don't know. If Carr can't beat this kid, then who can he beat? I mean, you're at home on Bourbon Street, Superdome. I like the Saints. I think they win this game by more than that. I think they win by, 6.
The Dolphins and the Jaguars will get together in South Beach, Hard Rock, this week for the opening of the Dolphin season. Of course, it seems like every year we talk about Tua needing to prove something. Here we go again. Tua being asked about having to prove himself to all the doubters.
Yeah, I think that's how you got to come into the season every year. You got to come in with something to prove every time. Everyone else is. The rookies are. The 17-year vets are. So, I don't think anyone comes into this season thinking, let me just see if this is going to be a season where I'm healthy, if there's a season where, I could do good, I could be average or whatever. I think everyone wants to be really, really good at coming in this first week and trying to sustain that throughout the entire year.
Yeah, that was just a load of horse shack. I have no idea what he just said. I know this. I think they're a playoff team. They were last year. I think they're good, and I think they can score. I think they got great receivers. I think he's got an arm. He can play. I know that he can't take too many headshots, but I think for the most part, if he's upright, he can cause damage. I think they beat the Jaguars at Hard Rock. I think the Dolphins, everyone has the Jets. You obviously are a Bills fan. I think the Dolphins are the one that's going to steal the division.
Yeah, look, everybody thinks the Jets are going to win. If the Bills don't win the AFC East, I think it'll be Miami is the team that's going to be ahead of them at the end of the day. I don't think it'll be the Jets. I think Miami's been knocking on the door.
And they got a good coach. They got a good staff. Yeah. They're a good team. They you know what their problem is? They become the Cowboys. They go to the playoffs and they can't win a game.
Yes, that's never fun. You need to eventually win one. I kind of like the over 49.5, Scotty. The Dolphins are laying 3.5. I think we'll get some points between these two on Sunday. I think Jags will score a little bit too, as they've got some pieces on offense. Next up, let's go to actually one more thing. Ramsey, you did mention this, I think, before with you. 3 years, $72.3 million for Ramsey. Now the highest paid cornerback in the league. So we're sorry to Patrick Surtain from the Broncos, Scotty. He only got to say he was the highest paid cornerback in the league for like 24 hours. And now Jalen Ramsey. 5 minutes for him. So now he is done. I'll squeeze one more game. I will come back and we'll do the next one. Houston, Indiana, and the Colts. And then I've got a bunch of other ones. The 1 o'clocks, we'll hear from Harbaugh on the Chargers and the Raiders. We've even got a little Dak Prescott for you.
You noticed the Cowboys. That every guy is the highest paid guy in the league at his position of every team. It's just everybody's the highest paid and everything. I can't keep track of all these highest paid guys.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the game starts so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Try and set the stage for what should be a great year of NFL action.
There's a handful of teams that potentially can compete for a Super Bowl championship.
Confusion and uncertainty this year more than some in the past.
This team looks like it's ready to make a move, but we just don't know if it's bad or good this year.
J.J. McCarthy is eventually going to take over, but it's a no-lose situation for them.
I mean, they suck. They were 7-10.
Only on SportsGrid.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Live Golf Team Championship.
The golf has been mesmerizing.
They are the Live Golf Team Champions.
Team golf is back.
Oh, yes!
Are you ready?
Let's go! That's what champions do.
we're doing NFL, but they do have a massive beer snake cup thing going at Wrigley today, Carver High. An impressive effort by the fans.
Super impressive effort. I did see it before out there in the bleachers. They had it really rolling, that thing. I mean, almost from the top all the way to the bottom. And they need it today if you're a Cub fan. They're still getting shut out 3-0 by the Yankees in the bottom of the 8th inning. And I'm telling you now, that Boone, who lies about everything, he lied about this too. Oh, closer by committee, matchups, blah, blah, blah. I don't know whose pitch, as Luke was saying to us before. Like, Canley's out there now for the 8th. They've used Cousins. Like, he's going to run Holmes out there, first save opportunity, since he said he was going to go closer by committee.
Big ninth inning coming up for the Cubs.
Never listen to anything Boone says. It's almost always a lie. Now, he'll say today, the reason he did it today is because I can tell you what he says before he even says it. Well, with the 3-run cushion, we felt it's a nice way to ease him back in. Not a lot of pressure, not a one-run game. 3-run cushion is why we used him today. You can write it. It's so easy to spot with all of it. All right, let's do the rest of the 1 o'clock games, and then I want to focus in on a few of the later in the day ones. The Texans are in Indianapolis against the Colts. Of course, they played that great game last year to finish the regular season. Texans won the division. -2.5 for them on the road. Year 2 for DeMeco Ryans and C.J. Stroud. The Colts will get Anthony Richardson back at quarterback. Big total here as well, Scotty, 48.5.
I just think Houston's better, flat out. Now, it depends on, obviously, Richardson. How's he going to look? Is he healthy? Allegedly he is. Taylor can be a badass when he's healthy. He's usually healthy in these situations, like a season opener before he's been hit, right? And then he starts getting injured and banged up. So I think the Colts will be in it and to win it, but I still think the Texans are flat out better than the Colts. I think the quarterback, I do believe Stroud's better than Richardson. I do believe they have better receivers. I do believe they have a better defense. I do believe that Ryan's staff has already shown to me that they're good, and I think they're better than Steichen and his staff. I think Steichen did a really good job in Indy in his first year, but I do not believe they're on the same level as the Texans. I mean, it's never easy to go on the road and win in the NFL. It is always brutal. Every game is brutal, home and away. I've been to that stadium, Lucas Oil, now several times. It's quite the facility. It really is. No doubt why they have NCAA championships there and big, giant football games and Super Bowls and bowl games. It's a hostile environment. I saw my Steelers win there, though, on a Monday night, so I think the Texans can win there.
Of course, now Boone has Weaver warming up, Scotty. So maybe he's going to make me he's going to shove it in my face and pitch this Goon Weaver in the 9th inning. We shall see. They just showed him warming up.
Another guy
over there in the bullpen. They all stink. Doc talked about this already. T. Higgins listed as doubtful. He ain't going to play for the Bengals on Sunday against the Patriots. Now, Jamar Chase did speak today for the first time since the end of last season. He was asked about that comment that, or the report, I should say, that he wanted one penny more than Justin Jefferson with the deal that he got. He said that's wrong, not accurate. He wants to blow Jefferson's deal out of the water, I believe is what he said, Scotty. So he didn't seem like he thought he was going to be playing much either. He said, I'd probably be limited. I'd be able to help out a little bit. That's what Zach Taylor said, too. Either way, the Patriots are going to be there on Sunday. As of right now, it's back down to 7.5. So we saw it creep back to 8.5. Now back down 40.5, the low total.
Well, yeah, it's moved because these guys aren't going to play. If he plays, it's going to be limited. He doesn't have his deal. They didn't get it done unless they get it done before Sunday, which they could very well do it tonight or tomorrow. If Mike Brown, they can get him out of bed. You know, Mike sleeps a lot. When the sun comes up, he falls asleep. When he reads the morning paper, he falls asleep. After he has his afternoon ham sandwich, he falls asleep. When David Muir's done at 7, he's asleep. So getting Mike to do the deal might be a problem. Listen, no receivers. I say the under's in play. And look, the Patriots, we already know they stink. So if he has no one to throw to, Burrow, he's not going to run around. What's he going to run around and take off running? He doesn't run. So I like that under more than I trust betting on a team that's overrated to begin with. Like, everyone sees Joe Burrow and they just drop everything they're doing and think that the Bengals are, going to the, playoffs. Like, I don't buy the Bengals. I don't deny Joe Burrow's a good quarterback, but they are overrated. I mean, every year we hear about the Bengals. Like, honestly, this is another team that doesn't matter. Every time they go to a Super Bowl, they screw it up nice and juicy.
I'm with you on the under out there in Cincinnati on Sunday. The Vikings open their season at MetLife against the Giants in Jersey. Of course, J.J. McCarthy done for the year. He's hurt. That means Sam Darnold is the man in Minnesota. Daniel Jones back for the Giants. G-Men, Big Blue, who are home dogs here, Scotty. Vikings -1.5, 41.5 the total here.
I think that Daniel Jones really needs to shake people off of him by just going for it with this Malik Neighbors. I mean, just go for it. Find this guy and throw him the ball. We all know that Jones can throw the ball. I'm not going to act like he can't throw a football or that he's some terrible quarterback. There's no denying he's had issues, whether it's passing, whether it's turnovers, fumbles, whatever it is. But they paid that guy a ton of money. Like, show up and go for it. You're at home opener. You got this stud, badass receiver. Well, start slinging him the rock. I don't buy. Well, listen, Sam Darnold could hook up with Jefferson at least once in this game for a touchdown. I'm not denying that he can play. Darnold can play football, but he's no better than Daniel Jones. Let's calm down with Sam Darnold. I mean, there's little kids in my neighborhood that throw the ball better than Sam Darnold. Honestly, the Nerf kids, they can really sling it.
Know this, Daniel Jones always beats the Vikings. Every time he plays them. He's done very well against the Vikings the past couple of years. And I'm with you. He sees him one-on-one at any time. Anytime. Just throw it up and let him go get it. Throw it up to Neighbors and let him go get it. That's it. And you'll get yourself off to a good start. I'm on the Giants, Scotty, Sunday. I think they're going to win at home against the Vikings. Titans and the Bears. We discussed this a lot yesterday. It's down to 3.5 now for Chicago. 44.5 is the total. Of course, the debut for Caleb Williams. Will Levis leads the Titans, who now have Brian Callahan as their head coach.
I got to be honest. I hate to say it. I really do. I want the Titans to go in and win this game. I want to see Will Levis go in there. He's in his second year, play football, and beat this rookie and beat this bullshack, overrated Bears team. They got him, we said this yesterday. I'm not going to repeat myself. They think they're so hot. They think they're the hot commodity in the NFL, that they're the real deal. I would love nothing more than to see them lay an egg at Soldier Field in week 1 to the crappy Titans. I would love to see Will Levis go in there and beat them outright. Flush. Give me the Titans.
Give him the Titans. Let's go. I'll take the Titans too, Scotty. Let's go. I like the over also in the game for that one. All right. We will come back and blitz through the late games, the 4 o'clock and the night game on Sunday, including I've got Jim Harbaugh for you. I'll at least play him and Dak. I don't know if I'll get to everybody else, but we'll at least get them in as the Cowboys are going to be in Cleveland this week. We'll talk about the Sunday night game as well. The Rams and the Lions in Detroit. Once again to start the year.
We heard that the Cowboys have nothing but problems on their back end, that they have no chance in Cleveland.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night, I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Try and set the stage for what should be a great year of NFL action.
There's a handful of teams that potentially can compete for a Super Bowl championship.
Confusion and uncertainty this year more than some in the past.
This team looks like it's ready to make a move, but we just don't know if it's bad or good this year.
J.J. McCarthy is eventually going to take over, but it's like it's a no-lose situation for them.
I mean, they suck. They were 7-10.
Only on SportsGrid.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Live Golf Team Championship.
The golf has been mesmerizing.
They are the Live Golf Team Champions.
Team golf is back.
Oh, yes!
Are you ready?
Let's go!
That's what champions do.
All right, Carver High, what's Jim Harbaugh saying before the Chargers home opener at SoFi against the Raiders?
Yeah, we played a lot of Harbaugh clips, Scotty, during training camp and during the preseason, right? He seemed very upbeat, very happy, had a lot of one-liners, things like that. I guess it's game week now because your boy is like stone cold solid, ready to go this week. Here's Jim.
Every day matters, but the games count. So there's a appropriate air around the facility and the building with the team, the meetings. I mean, it's let's go.
Let's go. All right, Jim. He's ready to go. I mean, I don't
honestly,
know.
Like that sounded like the guy giving your kid his driving lesson.
Yeah, he's the teacher, the driver's ed teacher. Just said, all right, you're gonna make a left in the corner here. Let's go, make a left. You're gonna parallel park between those two cars. The Chargers are -3 against the Raiders. The Raiders on Sunday, 40.5's the total. I know you talked to me, Gino B, about this earlier. I'm actually with him, Scotty. I'm taking the Raiders on Sunday in Los Angeles against the Chargers. Let's go.
Yeah, I can't. I just can't build up enough courage to bet on the Raiders. I'm going to take Jim Harbaugh, and I'm going to take Justin Orange Sherbert to beat the Raiders at SoHi. I'm going to go L.A. And the one thing, I don't know who said it. Was it Gino that everyone there's more Raider fans in Los Angeles. They've been saying that for 40 years, that there's more Raider fans in Los Angeles than there are Rams and Chargers. And
we are a long time removed from Marcus Allen running at the Coliseum. It was a long time ago. Marcus Allen.
The Rams won a Super Bowl, and you're telling me the Raiders are more popular. Okay.
The Broncos will open their season in Seattle. Of course, Bo Nix will be the starting quarterback, one of the other rookies that's going to be starting here. He's actually also was voted the first rookie captain for the Broncos since 1967. Good for him. This line is now 5.5 in the Pacific Northwest. 41.5 is the total. Of course, McDonald will be making his debut as the head coach for Seattle. Geno Smith still at the helm.
I like Geno and Seattle at home. And going back to the other thing, it's so funny to me. Like, when they go in there, I can hear it already, the Raiders broadcast, how they still think they own Los Angeles. It's so embarrassing that they go around acting like they matter that much. They don't even own Las Vegas, let alone Los Angeles. I mean, they think they own Oakland, L.A., Las Vegas, and everywhere else for that matter. And they don't own anything. They own nothing. And let's face facts. Honestly, the Vegas Golden Knights, they won the Stanley Cup. They were more popular than the Raiders have ever been since they've been in Vegas. People act like the Vegas Raiders thing is some big thing. I mean, at least the hockey team won a championship. The Raiders won't sniff a Super Bowl anytime soon.
The Cowboys are in Cleveland against the Browns. Of course, this is a very big featured game, 425 East. Tom Brady's first game he's going to be broadcasting for Fox, of course, is this one. Browns minus 2.5, 40.5 is the total here. Dak yesterday, it's like, you talk about distractions. It's always distractions with the Cowboys. Again, it was Dak about his contract and this and that. It's time to go out and actually win football games. Win in the regular season and then win the ones that really matter, Scotty, the ones in the playoffs.
Well, I think he's flat out better than Watson. I think the Cowboys are better than the Browns. I think that with Watson, it's different than with Flacco. I think they're terrible with Watson, and I thought they were good with Flacco. And I will give them respect defensively. I think Schwartz is the best defensive coordinator with Spags in the NFL, the Kansas City, D.C. I think those two guys know how to give offenses problems. I think Dak can light it up with CeeDee Lamb in this game. I like the Cowboys to win in Cleveland.
I do as well. I'm with you on the Cowboys. Washington will be in Tampa. We discussed this a lot yesterday. Of course, Jaden Daniels making his first start. Minus 3.5 for Tampa. 42.5 is the total.
I mean, that would be a gigantic win if Jaden Daniels could go into Tampa and beat the Buccaneers, to be honest. And I think the Buccaneers are the best team in the division. They're a playoff team. I think Baker Mayfield's good. We already know Evans is badass. They got a great defense. Good coach. This should be Bucs. It should just flat out be the Buccaneers getting it done at home.
It should be the Buccaneers getting it
done
at home.
Commodes
And
stink.
the Rams,
they're awful.
Yes.
That's why they got Jaden Daniels, because they stink.
The Rams and the Lions, of course, played a great playoff game wild card weekend last year. They'll get back together. Of course, Stafford and Goff, the trade. You'll hear all of that again on Sunday night. Minus 4.5 for the Lions. 52.5 the total.
I want to see nothing more than Matt Stafford going back to Ford Field and beating Goff and the Lions and Dan Campbell with all of his Applebee's commercials and everything else. The Lions, everyone thinks they're going to win the Super Bowl. I would love to see nothing more than them to have egg on their face and have Matt Stafford come in and absolutely pimp them right in their own building at Ford Field where he made his bones.
They are actually also the most popular bet this week. When you talk about plus 60% of the bets, 75% on the Lions this week, 72 on the Eagles, 71 on the Bengals, 63 on the Panthers, 62 on the Vikings, and 61 on the Falcons.
63% on the Panthers. They can't get out of their own way. They don't even know their home address, let alone like that they're going to 63% bet on that. I mean, I was going to drop a bomb right there. That Shacky team, honestly, I know you're betting on them, whatever. You like the new coach. Congratulations. They stink.
I like the new coach. I do like the new coach. All right,
I
have
like
a lot
the new
of college
coach, too.
football.
That doesn't mean they're good.
I have a lot of college football to do. You have Sermonello with his update. I do want to slide in the Tutties after Rich, and then we'll get through all the college after that. So we'll do Rich when we come back. We'll do the Tutties and then Rich. How about that? Tutties, Rich, college football. Let's go.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Try and set the stage for what should be a great year of NFL action.
There's a handful of teams that potentially can compete for a Super Bowl championship.
Confusion and uncertainty this year more than some in the past.
This team looks like it's ready to make a move, but we just don't know if it's bad or good this year.
J.J. McCarthy is eventually going to take over, but it's like it's a no-lose situation for them.
I mean, they suck. They were 7-10.
Only on SportsGrid.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Live Golf Team Championship.
The golf has been mesmerizing.
They are the Live Golf Team Champions.
Team golf is back.
Oh, yes!
Are you ready?
Let's go! That's what champions do.
Carver High specializes in 4 things. 1, leftovers. 2, golf bets. 3, taters. 4, tutties. It's time for
Tutties.
Carver High's Tutties segment.
Tutties. Let's go. The first Sunday of the NFL season. I want to get involved. Let's do it. Dalton Kincaid is going to be the guy in Buffalo this year. He is going to get the lion's share of all of the targets, especially in the red zone when Josh doesn't want to act like a pig and run it in himself. Plus 135 for Dalton Kincaid on Sunday against Arizona. Next, Tank Dell's back. Everyone's talking about Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs, all these guys. Dell was a huge part of the Texan offense last year. Stroud loves him, and he had a lot of touchdowns. Let's get him at plus 220 to start the year off against Indianapolis. The Gus Bus. You know Harbaugh's going to give him the rock down inside the 5, Scotty. Plus 220 for him. Jaden Daniels, remember we saw that little read option from him in that one preseason game down by the goal line? Let's see that again. Plus 200 against the Bucs. And Sam Laporta Sunday night. Always got to throw a couple tight ends in there. Plus 140 to score against the Rams.
Give me a Cooper Cup and a Puka Shell.
Ooh.
Double tutties to upset the Lions. Sounds good to me. Great tutties from Carver High. It's time for our weekly college football update from my boy, Rich Sermonella.
Hey, Scotty, week 1 in college football is in the books. Want to give you some reactions to the big opening weekend for college football. First off, I'm going to resist the temptation for overreactions. A lot of people do that after one weekend. I don't want to do that. Now, Miami, the most impressive team on Saturday. Great win in the swamp, blew out Florida. Love what Cam Ward is doing for that offense. That locker room just brings a certain swagger and confidence to the Canes. And they're the favorite right now. I mean, they're the odds-on favorite, but I want to resist the temptation to throw dirt on Clemson. I know Clemson lost to Georgia, but Georgia does that to everybody. So Clemson at plus 300 to win the ACC. I think there's still some value there. Great defense, offense. Will have a chance to regroup the rest of the month. They'll be in Death Valley throughout September. So love what Miami did, but let's not forget about Clemson when it comes to the ACC. Second reaction from week 1, Scott, was Notre Dame. I thought that was a great victory in College Station, going to Texas A&M, pulling away in the second half. running the ball down the Aggies' throat, despite the fact that they had that inexperienced offensive line, true freshman Anthony Knapp at left tackle. So ND with a huge win. Florida State is awful. They're on the schedule in November. Notre Dame with a legit shot to run the table, grab a number 5 seed in the college football playoff. Now, let's turn our attention to week 2. Two of the storylines that I'm looking at for this weekend's games. Texas at Michigan, huge game for the Wolverines. Thought they looked terrible against Fresno State, especially offensively. What was Sherrone Moore doing in the offseason with the transfer portal? I mean, why not grab a quarterback? He's using a former walk-on. Davis Warren is the starter. I think that spells trouble against Texas. Longhorns look confident, thought they looked great against Colorado State, both offensively and defensively. So Michigan's nation's longest winning streak will be on the line in Arbor this weekend. And the other game that I'm going to be focusing on, Scott, Colorado at Nebraska. It's a great opportunity for Matt Rule and the Huskers, for Matt to show the country what he's been working on in Lincoln. Nebraska has not had a winning season since 2016. Now here comes Coach Prime, here comes Shador, here comes Travis Hunter. Massive opportunity for Nebraska. Great chance for the country to see their true freshman quarterback, Dylan Raiola. So primetime Saturday night, massive opportunity for Matt Rule and Nebraska to show what they're up to in 2024.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how Raiola does against Sanders and that Colorado team in Lincoln. I mean, he is a really talented quarterback. Let's see if he can step up into the big time and make a difference and win a big game. Obviously, there's some games tonight, Carver High.
There is, and when we come back to start the final hour of Coast to Coast, we will go through all the games tonight, all the games on Saturday. We've got the big games, every game, all the games that matter. We will try to cut through all of them. The Yankees are 1 out away. I didn't even realize, Sky, the Cubs have 1 hit today against the Yankees. It was that Bellinger double earlier. He did get on with a walk. We'll see if Dreamweaver can get the last out here at Wrigley and finish it off.
Suddenly struggling.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The leftover language would be the million shy of what Jefferson makes Jefferson a better player. If you want to believe that, I'm not sure I buy that he's that much better than CeeDee Lamb.
Tony Pollard's gone. He's now with the Titans. I was with the Titans a couple weeks ago. He'll be their starting running back there. They're going in a different direction in Dallas, but it's all about CeeDee Lamb right now, the first of the other deals that they have to get done.
Ferrall Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
When you're really, really amazing like this, people kind of take it for granted. Same with Ohtani, right? People will sort of see, oh, Ohtani did this, Ohtani did that, and it sort of, becomes normalized a little bit. But to put in context, Aaron Judge joins the 1,000 hit club, reaches, gets it done. So earlier this month, he was the fastest player to reach 300 home runs ever.
Sports Rage Late Night, only on SportsGrid.
The only streaming sports betting network. Tips, info, and insights to up your IQ. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
New to the Live Golf Plus app. Watch Live Golf any way you want it. Follow any group. Replay any shot. Anytime, anywhere. Any questions? Watch Live Golf live and on demand.